Well, we want to make sure that that they keep to their promise now, don't they?
We want all the federal stuff lifted as well.
We don't believe him because he's pulled them back before.
This is way bigger than Alberta. This is way bigger than even Canada at this point.
No freedom of travel. There's still a long, long way to go. QR codes, digital stuff, long way to go.
It's not about the mandates. It's about our freedom to choose what goes in and out of our body. That's our choice, not the government's.
We want our freedom.
We want our freedom.
Didn't they just pass something today saying that they're not lifting it? I think they just did in Edmonton. Yeah.
They just announced that they're keeping the masks in Edmonton.
You got a ticket for honking your horn?
I'm gonna fight it to the bitter end.
The spoon is not big enough for some people, right?
Sheila Gunn, Reid for Rebel News, and I'm here at the Alberta Legislature grounds in Edmonton, where, friends, we are in the 5th week of what is known as the honkening. Every Saturday for the last 5 weeks, truckers and their supporters have taken to the streets adjacent to the legislature grounds to honk their horns and protest remaining COVID-19 restrictions. It's all part of a nationwide convoy movement. It's Saturday afternoon here, and in just 2 days in Alberta, we are told more restrictions will be lifted. What that means is the protest is smaller, hundreds instead of thousands, and there are dozens of vehicles in the convoy instead of hundreds, as there were in previous weeks. Now, to see and support our previous convoy coverage and our new convoy coverage in the United States as a convoy makes its way to Washington, please visit convoyreports.com. The protest today is also a lot quieter. And that's because the city of Edmonton banned honking on Saturdays. Now, I'm going to wade into the crowd today and ask everybody what they are still doing here if restrictions are indeed lifted here in Alberta. Let's go check it out.
What do you want? When do you want it?
The restrictions are set to be lifted here in 2 days in Alberta, or so we're told. So why is everybody still protesting?
Well, we want to make sure that that they keep to their promise now, don't they? Otherwise, if we don't at least remind them every week that, well, we're still here, we're still fighting for freedom, then who knows? They could return these mandates back, right? They haven't eliminated the QR codes completely. Like, they could still be brought back. They just have to meet their set of conditions.
Because we want all the federal stuff lifted as well. This doesn't just relate to Alberta, it's full Canada, and Trudeau needs to let us travel and be equal human beings, whether we're vaccinated or unvaccinated, masked or unmasked. It should be our choice.
Part of it is probably because we don't believe him, because he's pulled them back before and put them back on and promised that there would be restrictions gone. So unfortunately, Jason Kenney isn't really to be trusted.
This is way bigger than Alberta. This is way bigger than even Canada at this point. We're rotten through and through. We're not taking care of our old. We're not taking care of our young. Something's got to change, and we're doing it. We're just starting the change now. We've got a long road ahead, and we're going to fix it all. But we need everyone to come on board now. Now's the time. Stand up.
They've only ended a few mandates. I think there's a lot more that needs to be stopped. Certain orders and stuff that allow these mandates to happen need to end, and I think that's why we're still out here. No freedom of travel. There's still a long, long way to go. QR codes, digital stuff, long way to go.
Freedom? And they just don't believe that this isn't right. This is just not right. It's a human right to be able to be out here.
Because the mandates ain't lifted until we can freely travel. Until then, our freedoms haven't been returned. And that's what we're after.
It's not about the mandates. It's about our freedom to choose what goes in and out of our body. That's our choice, not the government's.
We want our freedom.
We want our freedom.
It's the federal mandates, because even once these mandates are gone, us unvaccinated people still can't get on a plane or a train across Canada, or even if we wanted to go to Ukraine or something to help, can't get on that plane.
Yeah, you're a prisoner in your own country.
Yep.
Tell me about your sign.
Well, I think it's self-evident that the truckers are pretty peaceful, and the government is overreaching.
I was reliably informed by the CBC that this is a meeting of radical far-right extremists, but I can't seem to find any of them here.
Oh yeah, the propaganda is in full effect.
And plenty of Ukrainian flags on the other side. And yet I was also reliably informed that this was Russian-backed.
Oh yeah, they'll spread anything. We stand with Ukraine as well.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone to die. We don't want anyone's freedoms to be infringed upon. And we just want our Constitution or our Charter of Rights back.
Keep up the good work, Sheila. Thank you so much for always being there. I love it all with all my heart. Thank you so much. We are here.
Yay, girl.
Spoon is not big enough for some people.
Right? Didn't they just pass something today saying that they're not lifting it? I think they just did in Edmonton. Yeah.
They just announced that they're keeping the masks in Edmonton.
And
we want all the vaccine mandates to end, not just the masks, not just the employment ones. We also want the travel ones lifted. Like, we should have the right and freedom to leave our own country and come back in. We are citizens of this country. We shouldn't have to we shouldn't have to have a vaccine to get on a plane.
my daughter has to wear a mask at gymnastics.
Mine has to wear a mask at basketball.
Yeah, and I see her struggling to breathe, and I want her to do her activities freely. I think it's damaging her, right?
I think it's damaging society as a whole, our psyche.
I want to see smiles again. I want to see people's smiles.
Right? I want to be able to wear lipstick again.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's just damaging for the entire psychology of growing up, especially for children. Like, not being able to see facial emotions because of the masks. I don't think people actually realize how damaging that can be on somebody. And we're already struggling as it is as a society because of the pandemic. There's so many mental health issues. Suicide has gone through the roof. That's truly saddening when the government cares more about a common cold, it's pretty much what it is at this point now, than mental health. And mental health is a huge issue in this country that I don't think we focus enough on. Yeah, that's why I'm here anyways.
Is the Edmonton mayor such a fun burglar that he put a ban on honking?
I think he did. I know that people are getting tickets.
Are they?
Yeah, $162 tickets for honking. Yes. Mm-hmm. But we like to say tickets are souvenirs. You know, frame them, give them to your grandkids.
You got a ticket for honking your horn? How did that come to be?
It came to me through the mail. They mailed it to my house yesterday. So, I don't know, I guess they didn't have the chance to pull me over or anything like that, so, oh well.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to fight it to the bitter end. I think that they don't have grounds to send something like this to me. They sent it to me in the mail, so I'm just going to say define improper use of horn and prove that I was in the vehicle honking or the operator who is operating my vehicle is honking.
Maybe you were honking at something to get it out of your way. They don't know.
Maybe there was a convoy of freedom-loving people surrounding me and I was just trying to get to work or something. You never know, right? Trying to prevent an accident, right? That's a safety feature, and how dare they tell me I can't use something like that in my car? It's like telling me I can't use my seatbelt.
Well, that's a wrap here in Edmonton. I'm told people will protest until all Canadians are free from onerous COVID restrictions. Now, to follow along and support our independent coverage of the Convoy for Freedom movement, rolling through North America right now, please visit convoyreports.com. For Rebel News, here at the Alberta Legislature grounds, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. Rebel News is not only covering the Convoy for Freedom movement all across Canada, but did you know we're also covering it in the United States? We want to show you the other side of the story. We want to show you the real people who support the truckers and the real people who are truckers who are fighting to end COVID-19 restrictions. To see all of our coverage and to support our independent journalism, please visit convoyreports.com.